We're here with Nick on the 6 Days of the Rising, which is a project that's being partnered with the Web Summit. It's on Indiegogo. Nick, tell us a little bit about the project.
Sure. 6 Days of the Rising is our take on the Easter 1916 Rising in Dublin. That was an event, a moment in time which changed the world forever, and the reverberations are still felt through the world today. The Indiegogo campaign we're running at the moment is really we're in conjunction with the development of the film in general, which is a much larger project, this is for a development phase to look at reconstructing and destroying Dublin, which is a central character within the film itself. So
tell us a little bit about the film. What type of film it's going to be?
It's a feature. It's a narrative feature, and it is entirely based around the facts about what happened in 1916. But it's not going to be through the eyes of the leaders, the traditional way that we've kind of been told the story, mostly in books rather than on film. Hasn't really been covered. The Rising itself hasn't really been covered in feature to date. So the approach is to tell the story of the Rising through the eyes of the people on the ground who witnessed it, as against through the leaders through that aspect. In essence, it will take the essence of what happened in 1916, and I'm trying to be as apolitical as possible, to be neither, whether in this situation with the Rising, whether you think it was right or wrong, whether which side you sat on thing. I mean, no matter what way you look at it, it changed history forever. It was the beginning of the end of the British Empire, and it has to be seen in context of that. But there's an incredibly exciting film to be made, which I'm working with the LA-based screenwriter David Griffiths. He wrote a brilliant William Friedkin film called The Hunted, and an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Collateral Damage, which probably more people have seen.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm also working with the UK producer Pippa Cross, who was one of the producers on Paul Greengrass's Bloody Sunday, which is a real honour because one of my touchstones when I started working on the film, the idea for the film was Bloody Sunday, and the approach that film took, which is a very realistic, visceral approach to the subject matter.
Okay, so there's a special bonus for Web Summit people on Indiegogo. So do you want to tell them a little bit about that?
At the moment, for the duration of the Web Summit, there's one of the perks is we're designing a limited edition of 6 days, of 6 Days of the Rising, 6 posters, and there's I think 2,000 of those. So that's just for the duration of this Web Summit.
So we need people at the summit to get on board and just go to Indiegogo, go to the Web Summit page, go to Indiegogo and back the event.
That would be great. I mean, anyway, please come along, see what you see on the site, and go to the Indiegogo 6 Days of the Summit, and have a look at what we're trying to do.